Yeah. Check the mic, 1, 2. Cook a mellow on the frequency. From the indies to the big stage. Every territory, every promotion. Locked in. WrestleCast Radio. Yeah. Ryan Cook and Alex Mello, guardians of the ring, analyzing every lariat and every high fly wing. We're global with the coverage, checking every single feed, giving every wrestler fanatic exactly what they need. From the neon lights of Tokyo to arenas in the States, we're debating all the legends and the upcoming greats, dropping knowledge on the history, the work rate, and the draw. When the bell rings loud, we're the ones who see it all. It's WrestleCast Radio, coming through your speakers loud, feeding the energy of every single wrestling crowd. From the Tokyo Dome to Garden, we bring the heat, cooking mellow on the track, making the cipher complete. Yeah, we talk the game, we live the fight. WrestleCast Radio, rocking through the night. Yeah. We're diving deep into the Dragongate, the speed and the soul. Then we're shifting over to Noah, where the heavy hitters roll. New Japan Pro Wrestling, where the Lions find their pride. All Japan's triple crown, yeah, we're taking you inside. But let's get to the talk, it's burning up the wire. Miyahara and AJPW, he's preaching to the choir. Kento is a king, but the castle's getting small. It's time to leave all Japan, time to give the world a call. Imagine the dream matches, the stages he could grace, instead of staying stuck in the same familiar place. It's WrestleCast Radio, coming through your speakers loud, feeding the energy of every single wrestling crowd. From the Tokyo Dome to Garden, we bring the heat, cooking mellow on the track, making the cipher complete. Yeah, we talk the game, we live the fight. WrestleCast Radio, rocking through the night. Yeah. Don't forget the stardom queens, the glory and the grit, every Joshi masterpiece. We're breaking down the hit, then we pivot to the west, where the landscape's changing fast. AEW's revolution, built to thrive and built to last. WWE, the spectacle, the stories and the fame. We cover every angle of the sports entertainment game. No buyers in the booth, just a passion for the craft. From the main event spotlight to the bottom of the draft. If you love the squared circle, then you're in the right spot, with the hosts who keep it moving while the iron is hot. From the strong style strikes to the entertainment flair, if there's a ring in the canvas, you know that we're there. Cook's got the stats, Mello's got the vision, making every single take with surgical precision. No robbers, WrestleCast Radio, coming through your speakers loud, feeding the energy of every single wrestling crowd. From the Tokyo Dome to Garden, we bring the heat, cooking Mello on the track, making the cipher complete. Yeah, we talk the game, we live the fight. WrestleCast Radio, rocking through the night. Dragongate, Noah in the New Japan way. Stardom and the dub, yeah, we do it every day. Kento, it's time to fly, leave that crown behind. WrestleCast Radio, one of a kind, cooking mellow, we're out. Cooking mellow, we're out.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome as we come to you with episode 256 of the WrestleCast. This is going to be somewhat of a wild show. We're going to be jumping around to fro here, near there, far, whatever. But the first thing we're going to do before anything else is we're going to have Alex say hello to you, because he is standing here. Well, not next to me, but he's standing somewhere sitting.
I am standing and sitting at the same time. It's been a minute since our last hurrah on the airwaves here, but yeah, no, I got to leave for Chicago yet again. Since the last time, G1 a few weeks ago. Mm-hmm. This time going to Lollapalooza. Ryan is doing some big things this upcoming weekend in the wrestling stratosphere. Not only is he going to be doing live radio at Warrior Wrestling here in Minneapolis, but get this, guys, he's going to WrestleCon. And then this motherfucker's going to SummerSlam. Yes, Ryan, Mr. Radio WWE. I'm going to spend the extra $6 to hear Cody Rhodes, Cody Rhodes, for fucking 4 hours on what used to be Wrestling Nation, but again, now Radio WWE.
I forgot about that guy. Cody Rhodes. Cody Rhodes.
Is going to motherfucker 2 nights of SummerSlam.
Look, myself and
I don't blame you though.
My new co-host, since I've had 74 of them on Sportscast Radio, who we do about one show a year now for the NFL draft, Mr. Luke Gilbert. He's in the room just chilling with us. He really wanted to go to SummerSlam. And I could tell when he kept asking me about ticket prices and things like that. And I was like, finally, I said, fuck it. And on Monday, I looked and I went, oh my God, Luke, I found tickets for $53 and $47 to both nights. They called my bluff. I guess we're going to SummerSlam. So we have lower level, section 114. I'd say come say hi if you're listening, but it doesn't tell us what seats or what row we're in. We're just in 114.
Standing room only.
Wouldn't even bother me because I'm going to be pacing and walking around a few times. Like when the Bellas and Paige wrestle Toxic Attraction, I'm not going to watch that probably. So
what, you don't want to see JC Jane?
I probably won't watch Baron Corbin. I don't think I'll watch
the
him.
other one. Why is Baron Corbin? Let's just get into our SummerSlam preview. Why the fuck this motherfucker comes back from being the Titan of Sin or whatever he was with Donovan Dijakovic?
Skyscraper? the dire wolf. That's all you talked about was the dire wolf on that trip. Bro, the fucking nomad.
The Wanderer?
Yeah, you're like the what did you call him? You're like, if he comes back, he's gonna be like
I don't know, but it was really funny. It was
the
really
wandering Dwyer. I totally forgot all about the Baron Corbin shit over the weekend.
It was a lot of Baron Corbin. A lot of Baron Corbin.
The dire wandering wolf or something.
Again, nice guy. A grill master unlike no other.
Look, he's a nomad, bro. He's got to know how to grill.
Cooking those animal husks. But this dude just coming in, stealing a title match from Carmelo Hayes, which they didn't do at Mania, which was your like fucking slam dunk of a matchup to have right away. Your fans aren't stupid; they know the history, and it was just easy. It was Shawn Michaels versus Diesel. There was something perfect at a
so
WrestleMania
good
and or a SummerSlam.
So good of a comparison.
Baron fucking Corbin.
Yeah, you know, not to put the spot on.
They just were like, we're gonna give you $75,000 a year because he was making 25 being the nomad, and we're gonna get you a title shot right away, and then fade into fucking obscurity. And who's the heel in this match? I'm rather confused. Isn't Trick kind of the tweener heel at the moment?
Yeah, I would say so.
You also, you fucker, why I only have 25 minutes, had me watch Danhausen and Joe Hendry and Three Midgets. Yes, we can call them that. We can call them that. And a racist boxer who was the best part of the whole segment until you guys are like, oh, this guy's a pretty shitty scumbag. And I was like, oh, he was the only one that actually got what it is to be a sports entertaining wrestler. And he didn't even wrestle. But yeah, that's why. But yeah, my God, Baron fucking Corbin. Look what you did.
I not to put him on the spot, Luke, if you're listening, I'll just give you the opportunity to say the same thing everyone else has been saying. Who should Trick Williams be wrestling at SummerSlam?
Carmelo Hayes.
Okay, that's all I needed to hear. Thank you very much for reaffirming Alex in my belief.
No problem.
He jumps in real quick with Carmelo Hayes. Yeah, I don't understand the big hoopla. Like, if you're just bringing this guy back, why are you bringing him back to work in a title match at the pay-per-view?
Right away.
Like, if you had this much faith in the guy, what did you fire him for?
Why wouldn't you bring in Dijakovic?
Yeah, he's way better than Baron Corbin. Fucking
Again,
hell.
Tom Peastock or Peacock. With his grilling methods and his love of socks.
Tom Peacock with a sock on the rock. I did it for the rock.
Is Paul Wall here? What's going on?
Sucking some fat.
Whoa. You
Oh.
get to see Aldis again?
Aldis against Gunther. That should be fun.
What happened to Gunther? This company does. God, I feel like this company sucks.
Yeah, remember this guy retired John Cena, and this is what he's doing. Like, and I don't mean to say that in a bad thing that this is what he's doing with Nick Aldis, but I'm saying look at his 2026 and look what he's doing this year. Nothing.
You remember the rumor before the retirement of Cena, like the beginning of the year, like pre-Rumble, they're like, oh, the gimmick we're going to be doing is it's Lesnar and Gunther at SummerSlam.
Yeah.
Or even WrestleMania, I want to say. That was like months before. It's like, we're going to do it at SummerSlam. That'll be the retirement match, since that was, kind of the start, again, pre-Cena. And you're just like, oh, yeah, that makes a billion times sense. And then he does the pseudo retirement before they're like, hey, we got to fucking pay this Obafemi thing off, a little bit more. Let's do this again. And this isn't even a retirement. So it's just like, what the fuck did they do when you could have had that? But Nick Aldis in the ring, I mean, we saw him the 10 pounds of gold with Cody, at All In, the original there. This could be fun. But what do? Do you have the GM get the surprise victory?
No.
And even bury Gunther even more somehow?
I hope not.
Or you just have Gunther just like beat I mean, he's not going to beat the shit out of him, but it's going to be hard hitting. This is what did they call him back in the day? The man meat? the meat match?
Yeah, because went back when he was Big Van Walter. The beef match. I don't think you have Aldis win by any means. But I think you have to make him look credible. And I'm not gonna lie.
What if Gunther to get the victory, he pulls a trash bag from under the ring and it's Mickey James?
She comes out and it goes hardcore country. And then she starts singing. Oh god!
No.
And then Gunther throws her in front of the train tracks like James Storm did and kills her. Because that happened. I think you have to keep Aldis strong because I think you're so low on people who can portray a superstar in your company that I think he's going to wow them enough where they're going to be like, hey, Nick, do you want to just keep wrestling?
But why hasn't he wrestled like the last 5 years?
Couldn't tell you. He's the epitome of what Triple H is. Like Triple H should have the biggest.
Looks great in a suit.
Mm-hmm.
That's all you need.
I'm shocked Triple H
from All Japan
doesn't have like the biggest boner for this guy because of that. Yeah, and Zeus, by the way, and Zeus. Let's not forget Osaka Pro owner Zeus.
More of a Thai guy.
This was sent to us from Kyle, but somebody posted this and it says SummerSlam Minnesota final revised booking sheet. Do not post online. July 28th, 2026, production copy 7B. And apparently somebody took this from Triple H. Now, just in case people don't understand this, the originator of this post wrote, "This is a satire article. I hope you all don't think it's real." When I read to you what Triple H's SummerSlam booking sheet is, I would hope nobody thinks this is real and just understands this as humor, and it makes me laugh that people have to post that. But this is the booking card. Apparently that was leaked. Night 1, Saturday, CM Punk versus Cody Rhodes. AJ Lee helps Punk. Brandy Rhodes tackles AJ. Double count out. AJ versus Brandy is added to Sunday. Brock Lesnar versus Obafemi Hell in a Cell. Brock drives a tractor through the cell. Oba follows him into the Vikings tunnel. Match continues on Sunday. Liv Morgan versus Io Sky. Rhea arrives in an ambulance and takes Dominic. Io wins by countout. Gunther versus Nick Aldis. William Regal makes it British rules. It's a 6-round draw. Both men chop Regal. 6-man tag. The Usos leave when a black SUV arrives. Jacob Fatu wins alone. Driver remains hidden. And then the Bellas and Paige versus the Fatal Influence, who I called Toxic Attraction. Twin Magic fails. Nikki accidentally pins Brie. Referee counts 3.
So I'm confused. That's not Toxic Attraction?
No, they're called Fatal Influence now. Sorry.
Who the fuck is Toxic Attraction?
That was the Mandy Rose.
Mandy Rose.
And the chick who got her head kicked through the door by JC Jane, Priscilla Kelly, Gigi Dolan. That's what it was.
She was in that? I thought it was
She
The
was the
chick
one with the rose.
I thought it was the MMA fighter.
Mm.
Oh
Yeah.
no, she's just really good friends with her, right?
Yeah.
Daria or whatever.
Oh yeah, Daria Baronato. Or the
You remember
suit.
a few weeks ago, before they officially announced Punk Cody, that they said the main event night one was going to be the Hell in a Cell. Do you think that's still the case?
Nope.
Like they said it. Like WWE was like, "That's your main event."
I think it's
and everyone
opening.
knew it was going to be everyone. That I would think that would make more sense. But like, you told people already, this is your main event.
Yeah, well, they
if it truly is Lesnar's thing.
They tell us a lot of things. I'm imagining when 5 o'clock hits, they're gonna play the video. It's gonna be like, "You want to step up, or you get knocked down," or whatever. What song they pick, and then it's gonna go doom 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 doom, and then the cell's gonna come down.
Isn't that just Oba Femi's thing?
Oh yeah.
Night two.
Night two.
Actually, night one. I will say 1, 2, 3, 4. Not bad. 4, 5. I mean, Io. You get to see fucking Io Shirai live.
Yeah.
So that's tight.
So night 2 Sunday, Roman Reigns versus Seth Rollins. Dean Ambrose returns and hits dirty deeds on Seth. The Rock appears to save Roman. The Usos superkick Roman. Rock bottom. Seth pins Roman and wins the title. Rock and the Usos stand tall as the original bloodline. No more mention of Ambrose. Women's ladder match. Piper Niven carries Chelsea and the ladder to the title. Chelsea wins. Rhea returns and says the interim title is fake. Penta versus Chad Gable. Both men unmask and are revealed to be each other. Match ruled a draw. Trick Williams versus Baron Corbin. JBL helps Corbin. Corbin attacks JBL. Changes gimmick mid-match and loses by countout. Sami Zayn versus Finn Balor. Kevin Owens stuns Finn, gives Sammy the win, then powerbombs Sammy and steals the contender contract. Danhausen versus Dominic. R-Truth takes the human monies, thinks it is the money in the bank, and is declared the winner. And then the final shot of the show, Rikishi exits the black SUV and says, "I did it for the Rock." Rock and the Usos raise their ones over Roman. Fade to black. That's the leaked SummerSlam card results.
One match, 2 matches, I suppose. But I'm not the biggest Sami Zayn fan. 2 matches.
Yeah, night 2's a little rough.
Roger.
A little rough on night 2.
Unless you get Julia. Yeah.
Yeah.
Human monies. Over under 20 midgets.
Oh my gosh. Well, now they
I'm
changed
the over.
Are they all going to be Vikings?
Oh no. They're going to have little horn helmets on.
And they're going to come out in the ship. No, they're going to come out on the fucking ship.
Ryan, if
It's gonna be
there's
a
20
ship full of
midget
midgets.
Vikings at this thing, I'm gonna die in section 114 in the US Bank Stadium.
And they're gonna start doing, "I believe that you are cursed."
Ew, stop.
Sorry,
Fucking, that was adorable.
sorry, I didn't mean to offend you on that one.
AEW Redemption did offend me this past Sunday from Montreal, Quebec. The Rougeaus got a gimmick. The conglomeration defeated the Lethal Twist in the shortest match of the night, which should have been kind of the average match length of the night. But pre-show ends with entrances to the opening matchup, which was a 6-way ladder match for the AEW International Championship, a number 1 contendership. El Clone, who I thought was Hologram's return the whole time. Nick Wayne, Commander, the Beast Mortos, yes, the Big D himself, Jack Perry, Ed Mike Bailey. And I would say a fantastic showcase for Nick Wayne.
Hell
Beast
yeah.
Mortos looked great, just
Phoenix
throwing
Flashes,
every motherfucker
baby.
around. Even Jack Perry had a spot, but Commander was Commander and had some really cool shit.
Dude.
Mike Bailey, power bombing Nick Wayne and through Nick Wayne. That's all I gotta say.
When Commander did the rope walk and then did the table
rope walk,
spot,
yeah.
whoo! And
Like,
when
you know what, I'm gonna do this.
when Nick Wayne did a Phoenix splash from the ladder,
all day.
I was like,
it was kind of like,
damn, man.
your good fun, like, opening plunder, just athletic ass dudes, and then like something Kane wishes he would have done when he was in these type of matches in the Beast Mortos, just playing off all the juniors essentially, throwing them into shit, and this was just a really fun opener. I thought the next match would have opened, but I think this kind of set the tone, especially for that first, quarter of this show.
I went 4.5 on it. I think this is the best ladder match I've seen in a long time. Like, in a long time. They did shit we haven't seen before. It wasn't rehashed spots. And I think the big bonus of it all too is Mike Bailey wins. Start the show hot with a big pop. It was beautiful. Great booking. You get the home guy win.
Yeah, no, that was the thing. I had some people over, and then, like, when he was climbing the ladder, I was like, oh, fuck, they're in Montreal. I was like, of course Mike Bailey's going to win, and then he easily pulls that contract to a huge pop.
Yeah, I had so much fun with this match. This was, like, my third favorite match of the whole show, I think.
Uh-oh, your number 2 favorite match was the second match.
Yes,
on the
it was.
card. Matt and Nick Jackson, the Young Bucks, defeat the Death Riders in a thrilling match of what is Will Ospreay going to do? What is his morality compass? Can he hurt his friend who has CTE issues? And yada, yada. What do I do? And Moxley saying, CTE. Stop being a bitch and shoot him with your finger gun like I do. And then, then Moxley just gets literally super kick partied in a very good tag match. I mean, it's the Bucks versus Moxley and Ospreay. It's continuing the story of the Ospreay journey of what will he do to finally win the big one. As Moxley calls him out and says, stop being a bitch later on, into the show. But again, just fun spots. I mean, I don't know, over under 70 kicks. I would say definitely the over. But the Bucks just, Matt Jackson's back gimmick, what is this, 10 years strong? And it's still one of the best work things, but Ospreay, it's kind of old hat, but until we get to Wembley and kind of see what he really does, and we'll talk about it at the end here. But Moxley continuing to shine, 1 year of like the best thing he's probably ever done in the squared circle. Like he's the quarterback. How Cody Rhodes always say QB1 and whatnot. Moxley. The motherfucker still hasn't taken his vacation and/or his honeymoon. I'm sure, and he's still showing up at indie shows or with Marina Shafir. Just to show up.
He worked Wrestling Revolver yesterday.
Yeah, didn't he do a open challenge?
Joe Alonzo came out and cut a promo issuing an open challenge, and he showed up and. And Joe Alonzo's like, I don't know if I meant him. It's kind of like, what do you want to do, bitch?
What did you think of the tag match and/or your second?
This was awesome. I went 4 3/4 on it. I wanted to pull the trigger, but I always say if I have to think about it, I can't do it. But this just had, typical Bucks. They told a really good story with when Ospreay and Nick Jackson collided heads for that spot, I thought that was a shoot for a minute. Because I didn't see either of them put their hands up. I didn't see either of them smack their legs, and unless they did a clap like Kento Miyahara, those guys hit heads. Like, that was gross. Like, everybody that I was watching it with were like, oh my God. Like, this isn't good. Like, we didn't think it was a good thing. And then we realized, okay, it's just going to be a sell. And then I immediately went on a rant going, they're going to fucking work over Matt Jackson like it's Ole and Arn in the fucking 80s to Dusty. They're going to beat his ass. And they beat Matt Jackson's ass, and it was awesome. And every time they tried to make a tag, they did a great job cutting off Nick Jackson. they kept selling the Nick Jackson concussion thing, which I don't know if people remember, but he had been written off of TV from one of those stadium stampedes for concussions. I think it was a couple other events he didn't make because he had head concussion stuff. So like, just like Matt Jackson with the back, they're still telling the head story with Nick. So once again, more canon you have to pay attention to in this company. I loved
they explained that pretty clearly throughout too, which was nice.
Yeah, they don't overdo it. I think that's why I enjoy it. Because like my biggest pet peeve with Will Ospreay and Bryan Danielson, not trying to slander Bryan Danielson, is they do the stupid shit where the trainer has to come in and check their necks. I hate it because it kills all the momentum of it. It was fine the first time, but when you've done it 7 times, fucking hell, stop. But this was different. This is subtle, but they're making you know that it's still a thing and it doesn't go away in their lives. And I like that. That's a consistent story. So they nailed every bit of the story with it. I thought the finish stuff was good. I liked that Will finally realized, you know, I'm not what these guys are, which is good because now you're going to give us 5 weeks of TV where I trust this company to put it together to make everything make sense, even though there might be some confusion between some people. I'm not saying anyone in the chat here, but just in general. But I trust this company. They're going to tell a good story because they always figure this out lately. The other thing I liked was some of the counters that I have not seen before. Like when he countered, when they were going to Meltzer driver Moxley and Ospreay caught him, and then Moxley got out of it and he hit the Styles Clash in that pile driver. That was sick, man. The Nick Jackson.
I liked how Moxley was proving a point too towards the end, where he's like, "If you don't want this, I'm just going to take it." You know, like as the Bucks were just decimating him, and I was like, "Holy fuck, they're going to give the Bucks the win." And you know, it was something I didn't expect that, but again, it's just that storytelling of Moxley. Like that, I can't believe I'm saying like kudos to him and this character progression, but continue.
The double birds, what he's getting super kicked. He's like, "Oh, you got fucked, you guys," you know. But I think you hit a good point. The unpredictability of them winning. So usually on these big AEW shows, I take predictions, kind of like we used to always do at the old Sexton house. And me and Jordan were the only two that picked Bailey. There was more people that went with Jack Perry. So the upset happened. Me, Kyle, and Garino picked the Young Bucks. The other 4 all took Moxley and Ospreay. So it was another thing where the underdog won. So I think that was the beautiful thing with those 2 matches was the consensus thought didn't win. So they did a good job telling a story and kind of swaying. I'm assuming swaying more people, but I only bring it up because you mentioned, oh shit, Young Bucks are going to win. And then, you know, it was almost 2-1 in the chat too that we had going in the Discord. Now the next match though, there was only one person that picked Bandito, but this was my match of the night. This is probably going in my match of the year list. I went the full 5. My 3 favorite matches were the 3 openers, and everything else went downhill from that. But this match was fucking bananas, man. God, this is good.
I thought this could have went 7-star Tokyo Dome special if after Fletcher kicks out a 1, after Bandito, I believe, hit the 21 plex.
He hit a dragon suplex version, if I remember right, of it.
Yes, and Fletcher kicks out. He gives him the sequence, you know, the brain buster, whatnot, gets, you know, and you're like, all right, that's it. This is perfect. And then Bandito does his kick out. And then it goes another 5 minutes, which was a wonderful action. But I think if it would have solidified Fletcher's killer instinct a little more, he's like, fuck it, I'm ending this. Boom, 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 dink on your head. 1, 2, 3. I thought that would have just been so much better. But again, the extra 5 minutes of, oh, will they, won't they? Is Bandito going to get this win? Like, holy shit. You remember, he is actually a heavyweight champion of another promotion, yet he loses all the time in the main promotion? Whatever. Also didn't realize Bandito was that short.
When Fletcher's...
kept throwing me off. I'm like, who's this child in the ring with a child? Kyle Fletcher.
And I mean, Fletcher's tall too. I think he's like Orton tall. He's like 6'4", I think, isn't he?
Well, then Bandito's your height at 5'7", because holy shit.
Kyle Fletcher's 6'3", yeah.
Jesus. But yeah, no, I mean, yeah, it's a match of the year candidate. These guys have chemistry like no other, but Bandito, I believe since this year, you know, L's and all, I think he's improved and kind of got the flow, especially the TV flow of how a match should work. I mean, him and Okada is still one of my favorite matches of the year, and yeah, it works so well when you have two artists just to do their thing in the ring, and you know, no gripes about it. But international championship, we got Fletcher. He's already been challenged for the not the Arthur Ashe, because it's at Mexico City, right?
Yep, him and Mike Bailey, which are 1-1. So this is the rubber match, which is cool too.
Oh, perfect. Fletcher will get the victory for sure, but they're going to be a fun match. What a not fun match was the next one.
By the way, Bandito 5'7".
Yeah, I can definitely see that. We're just going to go the next like 4 matches right here, just for time constraints. Not very good. This was just a very like lull of like, I can do anything else, but yet I'm watching this. We had a new TBS champion.
Yeah, those next 3 matches were rough.
Which was whatever. Nothing was there. I don't know what they're going to try to do with her.
You know what? Here's the thing. Oh, sorry. Go ahead. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No. I just, it's a good story, but you just can't push it down the throats. And I get it. The AEW audience is more like, hooray, we can do this. We're all, you know, together. But like, we got to like kind of see what else I don't know. But the TBS championship is for wrestlers like a Maya World, like a Julia Hart. Kind of see, hey, we're testing you now, kind of like what they do in Japan. And then, you know, we'll kind of see how it goes. And then we'll see where, you know, you transition from there.
I think you hit the nail on the head with we got to see where it goes, because as much as I was like, you're beating somebody that it doesn't matter in Hikaru Shida, nothing against Hikaru Shida, but you know, this was
the best character work she's had in Hikaru Shida,
and like, you know, this is a 2.5-star match. It was an average match, but I think that's once again the ultimate thing is we got to see what we got, and I give them credit for taking a shot and pushing her. Most companies wouldn't take the risk on it. They're trying to capitalize off the momentum. If it doesn't work, you ever lose the title. No harm, no foul. My question that I propose to everybody is, what is Tegan Knox thinking, or Nixon Newell? That this is her spot she's supposed to be in.
That's why it's a good story for Maya World.
She said, I will show up and do whatever you ask me to do. And they said, thanks for being a team player. We're going to put you on another TV show. And then now she's won a strap. You know, and this is the other way to try to see if you got something with her to get her better too. You know, put her in a good program next. Don't just throw her in something wasteful. I think that's my only concern.
It would be cool if she like faced her tag partner.
Oh, Hayan. Like I would have loved her to go into a program with Athena. But that's not going to happen now.
Maybe at a bigger show. Yeah. I think that's a bigger show.
Well, we're at Wembley. That's a big show.
I don't think Athena will be in some women's gauntlet match.
I think they should have had Athena beat, or I think they should have had Maya World beat Athena at Wembley. And instead of giving her the TBS title, you give her the ROH title that isn't on TV as much. And then you can let her slow build in the background, and then you could bring Athena over to the main roster. That's what I would have done.
She even want to be on the main roster? I guess they travel the same, so why not?
It's true. She might be really happy with what she's doing. And if you have somebody who's very talented doing that and you don't have to oversaturate them on your TV and you can save them, I don't think that's a bad thing. I think he's got a blessing if that's the case.
I mean, I get it. Like, she's been champion longer than Roman Reigns' title streak or whatever from, whatever years back. But, like, is she a star? Is she moving tickets? Is she...
I don't know. I think that's hard in this day and age.
Does it fucking matter?
No, because
like, she should have lost the title years ago.
She should have lost it that initial time to Billy Starks.
Yeah, that was your perfect thing. Not drag it out. She got fucking Kaito Kiyomiya.
Yeah, she did. Now she's nothing. At least she didn't get hit
David
by a
Finlay
minivan.
Using a shillelagh. One of the worst matches I've ever seen. The Dogs, Bang Bang Gang, Jay White. Sorry, Juice Robinson. You try, but Jay White, I don't know. I love you, but
you know what sucks?
You gotta change.
You know what sucks about this match? This is another upset match too, because three of us had Bang Bang Gang, and there was more people with Bang Bang Gang than the Dogs.
Was that your apartment in St. Paul?
The Bang Bang Gang.
Yeah.
It feels so good.
And another match is at defied odds.
Here's real quick. Here's the issue. As I said this to you earlier, every single one of these guys look identical if you're not paying attention. So you don't know who the fuck is fighting who. So it's so hard to follow. One of the chains broke at the start of the match, if I remember right.
Yeah. I like 3 out of the 4 people in this match. Should have won 10 minutes on
Who's
Collision.
the one you don't like?
Oh, David Finlay.
Oh, okay. That's fair.
I mean, he had a good 8 months before he left New Japan. But...
You know what Gato says? We need a rebel. Look,
speaking of rebels,
can I say this? I gave the tag title match 3 stars.
3 stars. You said, wow.
Just because I thought Claudio and Pac did really good in this match.
Yeah, because they are fucking specimens of health, nutrition, and strength and muscles. And we have old man Poseidon using his trident against these mere mortals who are more gods than he. And this guy's just beating their ass. And I'm like, what is happening? Why are these strapping young gentlemen losing to the AARP, even though Christian's tight? But he was getting his ass beat the whole match too. And these motherfuckers are beating the Death Riders. Fucking the Job Squad now of AEW, the Death Riders.
He said the AARP.
Motherfucking Cage and Cope. This match was lame. And then they're like, Young Bucks, Cage and Cope all in. Like, all right, we just had the graphic ready.
Elite. Elite.
Painmaker, Ryan Cook.
Yeah, this match rocked.
Tommaso Ciampa. I did not like the drill. It reminded me of a Simpsons bit with Hans Moleman and a very high Montgomery Burns, but it was long. It was painful. It was fun. There was a mirror for some reason. Then there were 2 mirrors. One of them broke incorrectly. Ciampa's great. He's bloody. I mean.
Yeah, good for Ciampa.
There were 7 matches on the show. That was a match that could have been on Sunday Night Rampage.
Look, I would take that over the last 3 matches we watched. I went 3 3/4 on the Jericho match with Ciampa. I thought it was
if you
good.
cut 6 minutes, I'd agree, but
I'll say, you know what? Here's the thing: is I think when I'm watching these long AEW shows, I'm watching them with 6 to 10 people, so everybody's bantering and popping, and it's not like I'm just sitting by myself and kind of just getting like sometimes when I watch some of these shows and I'm sitting by myself, I'll just start getting bored.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like I don't know. I was trying to think of what I was watching the other day. I watched Noah with Kyle, and we were playing NBA 2K26 while we were watching it, so we weren't talking about it. We were just playing, and was like, and I'm very good at multitasking. You know, the reason I have 3 monitors is because I got ADD and shit or whatever. And I was like, this Noah show fucking sucks because I'm not having a good time around it.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's what helped me with the Jericho matches. Everyone was laughing and popping and having fun with how goofy it was and whatnot and shit. But I don't know. I can see where the consensus might not agree with it. And that's fine. And by the way, fuck everybody who's complaining about Ciampa losing. Jericho hasn't won a feud in 10 years. Fuck off.
Technically, he hasn't won a feud because it's a 1-1.
Yeah, so yeah, exactly. They won the fucking feud, but it's like they're
So
like,
we're gonna
oh,
get another match.
of course Jericho's got to bury the guy. It's like, what are you talking about? It's like let the guy. He won a. Damn, I don't know. Shit's annoying.
Like someone said at my real human party for the show.
Real
he looks
human
the
party.
uncle who said, looks like the uncle who's had a few at a barbecue and wants a fist fight. We actually got that back-to-back matches, but with the tag match as well. But Andrade El Idolo, which this was the safest bet of the night next to the main event, defeated Mark Davis in a hard-hitting match.
This is fun.
El Idolo, his catchphrase, getting stuff down our throats. Tony Schiavone, please go away. Mark Davis looks awesome. Dunkzilla just beating the shit, but he had his place, and it's fine. I wish he had a longer, title holding, but it's fine. Mark Davis will be good. Maybe he'll get with Doyle again.
That's what I think they're gonna do.
So I mean that it works perfectly because they were a formidable tag team. Just like Divine Dominion. Oh, I got their name right.
I think it was Jack Perry's contract was up in the air and nobody knew it was going to happen. Doyle got hurt and they said, "What? Well, we want to keep Davis relevant for the tag team's sake. So let's belt him up until Doyle's ready to come back." Doyle was ready to come back. All right, let's find the guy to beat him. And then Andrade was the guy. Like, I think it was a perfect title run for that reason. Because I do think that these two, that Doyle and Davis are going to be doing some tag shit. Like, I think I wouldn't be shocked if they're the guys who wrestle for the tag titles at All Out in Chicago.
You know what? No. You know what I would think would be a better deal is you have those two fight the New Day when they come in.
Oh, man. But then you got to have them lose.
That's fine.
Yeah, that's fair. You're right. But, man, could you imagine getting Doyle and Davis against the Bucks in Chicago for All Out?
No, it'll be FTR.
Heavy FTR.
Or the machine guns.
Ooh.
Speaking of great title reigns, Tekla, unfortunately, was cut down short. I think she deserved to be at All In a women's championship matchup. I get it. You're telling the story of Willow Nightingale, and Mercedes Moné. I think Tekla deserves to be at the table for what she's done to actually make this title mean something after Toni Storm. Even where that was a little wishy-washy at times with her reign, but Tekla I thought was great. This is a reset. I don't know what they're gonna do. I think Kairi Hojo is a great formidable opponent. For her with her and her anti-stardom, kind of character here. Hey, but it's Willow. It's awesome. She's AEW Women's Champion. She's held every women's title. She's been in crazy, conglomeration, anarchy in the arena matches or what have you. But Willow's doing it. Like I said a few shows back, I was like, when you look at the women's Mount Rushmore of this company 10 years down the line, Willow Nightingale definitely deserves to be etched in that monument there. But good match. Tekla, it wouldn't be far behind. Let's see what they do with her. She's got to keep that momentum. They have to keep that momentum for her because she's really been the only, shining spot in this women's division for the last 8 months.
Yeah, I think this was the right call. Your story is Monet Willow. I think it would have been a little awkward I shouldn't say awkward. Awkward's a bad word. I don't think it would have been a good idea to do Monet Tekla because I think they would have clashed in the sake of who do we cheer for. Like, I think it would have been incredible. I think Monet Tekla is a better match than Monet Willow because I think Tekla's better than Willow.
Yeah.
But I think for the sake of telling the story, it just makes sense. People, I think, are going to buy that more.
But Monet though, like that's like her dream to face a Stardom Joshi
like you're
in
right.
the biggest stage.
Yeah, you're 100%. Like everything you're saying is right. Like I don't disagree with keeping it out. I just think that
I mean, there's a story because Monet gets hurt in the middle of a match and says, "You have to pin me."
New Japan Strong title.
Is that's the story we're basing?
Well, no, they had shit in the company too, where they wrestled for the TBS title. Didn't she beat her for the TBS title?
Yeah, that she did.
Yeah, so I mean, you have that too. I also think there is a good outside chance that, like you said, Kyrie comes in and wrestles Tekla. I don't think Tekla's not going to be booked, and I think there's a good chance she's not booked in any kind of a gimmick either, like a battle royal. I think there's a good chance that her, Julia Hart, and Sky Blue defend the Goddesses of Stardom trios. Yeah. Or the Artists of Stardom, excuse me.
Who would they fight though? Shiri, Urashima, Yamashita, and Hojo?
I mean, oh man, if you did Kyrie, Utami, and like Starlight Kid, fuck off.
I mean, you could do 2 Star Joshi against the 3 of them, and they'd win.
Yeah,
they would just pin. They'd make Sky Blue submit and pin Julia Hart.
Yeah, like that match would be sick. I mean, there's things they can do. They could makeshift teams. They really needed to. I don't think they would, but I think the plan all along was Monet and Willow. I just think they had to get to it a different way. Because what I think was going to happen.
Tickets?
Oh, go ahead.
100 tickets? Does that move tickets?
Yeah, I think they'll get to 45,000. They'll be fine.
Because of Monet and Nightingale. That's what I'm asking.
I can say I haven't looked at redemption tickets since.
I think Tekla moves tickets.
She does. I don't disagree. I like the Tekla thing. I don't think you need to do it. Is I guess where I'm going with it. I should look at WrestleTix.
The bitches would have been so good. Kenny Omega defeated Kevin Knight in the second slam dunk of the evening. Kenny Omega just going the house on Kevin Knight. 90% of the match was Kenny Omega beating down the TNT champion as we got another champion versus champion match. Kevin Knight shined though, even though he was getting his ass kicked. Kenny Omega looked to be back in, kind of not the prime, but it's a big deal when Kenny Omega comes out. I think it's even a bigger deal when he's holding a world championship as well as that pyro goes off. But he was in the middle of the cleaner and good guy Kenny in that New Japan run there. So just he looked on point. He's getting ready.
Wow. Cody Rhodes.
Cody Rhodes. Lack of sleep and
no, you're good.
all this stuff. But interesting main event. This was a pay-per-view, or an event that, I told you, I was like, I don't know if I'm going to get this. Like, it was a week, and I was like, I pretty much can pinpoint what's going to happen. I'd rather wait for Wembley. And then I was like, we're talking. I was like, on paper, this show could be really great. Like, I was really looking forward to Davis and, Andrade, and it was fine. It's not something I go back to. It was fine. I mean, I'd rather watch Mark Davis and Zack Sabre from Mania Weekend again, because that match fucking rocked. But like, yeah, everything in the middle, like, it just peaked in the first 3 matches. Like, it was just crazy. And then, of course, the main event was good too, but it's not a match I don't think I'll ever revisit. But fine event, it kind of pushes forward. Of course, Death Riders kind of come out. Ospreay kind of makes the save as they're about to ambush and take out Omega and the Bucks, who also came out because the Elite, and then Ospreay, does the thing, and then Death Rider's like, oh no, and then they back off, and then what happens, Ryan? Is it a swerve? Is it just your master getting the upper hand, kind of on the pupil still, or even someone that's on the level? What happened to end the show?
Are you talking about the One Wing Angel, where
Oh yes.
Kenny believes that Ospreay was trying to suffocate him with the bag because he saw it.
Oh
And
yeah,
then-
the bag gimmick. That's right. Moxley pulled out the bag.
Yep, and then he was like, "All right, I believe you." And then he's like, "Hey, why don't you go hit that turnbuckle and we'll celebrate to leave?" And then when he hit that turnbuckle, fucking One Wing Angel's his ass. And he said, "Don't you ever try to do something like that to me," because he has no idea that he was the one who ripped it up. He just saw the bag.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh no, it. I think the bag ripped Ospreay up because I was like, oh, he can't even rip that bag.
Yeah, it's because Moxley really be trying to kill people.
A strong ass plan.
That's a shoot. Moxley, when he pulls up the bag, that shit's a shoot. Well, that's why we haven't seen Bryan Danielson.
Ooh. You remember he was on commentary? What happened?
He started having issues with his neck flying all the time. Yeah, so he'll probably be at like All In, probably,
but he could train Brie Bella.
Well, it's not showing if he did. He should do a better job training her. Brie Bella. The Friday before Redemption, AEW All In London was at 33,504.
Wow.
But nothing since Redemption, so I don't have a good answer for that.
Yeah, they're gonna hit 40.
Yeah, Redemption did 71.
45, 50.
I think they can get 40, 45. They're gonna beat SummerSlam.
No, not combined.
That's bullshit if you count combined. They're running 2 shows. They get graded on 2 shows. That's like how everyone tried to say, well, WWE's WrestleMania beat All In because All In was only at 81,000, but WrestleMania was at 90,000. Well, because you ran 2 fucking nights. So no,
Yeah.
they get credit for one night. Fuck that. You're in the goddamn Viking
night,
Stadium.
Remember
come
that
on.
was supposed to be Mania?
Yeah, maybe they do something we didn't know. Because look, total number of seats on the map for the Viking Stadium is 72,282 for a wrestling setup. MetLife Stadium night 1, they did 50,493 last year. This year, as of 14 hours
but that
ago,
was papered, and that was New York.
and they're at 32,625 as of 14 hours ago.
Oof.
They're being beat by All In, and they're down 18,000 from last year.
Wow.
And they don't even have a fucking gimmick for Sunday posted. Because now that they've announced the cards, I bet nothing went up. Because as you said, that show sucks. The only reason I'm going once again is because I paid $47 for my ticket. That's like taking my
wild
kid
to
to a
me.
movie.
Yeah. And getting them the collectible Grogu. But you'll have fun. And you get to see Nick fucking Gage,
Yeah.
Jushin Thunder Liger, Will Ospreay. The whole gang's going to be there. Julia, get to meet your favorite. Julia.
It's gonna be a fun weekend. Like I said to you earlier, when I walk away, I'll be like, you should quit and reform Bello Kabali.
Well, I gotta go. I believe Ryan will continue to talk a wonderful G1. I've actually watched 5 nights of the Great One Classic, or Climax, I should say. Very proud of myself. But night 8, I believe, is upon us. Which I don't know when I'm going to have time because I am going to Lollapalooza. Ryan's going to talk to you about how Noah has been dominating Puro.
No. Listen.
What do you think
Listen.
about Kento
No.
Miyahara's next title defense as he wants to break all the V's?
We look, we got Miyahara Renayabe, we got the G1, we got Kobe World, we got the 5-star Grand Prix.
Can I just say this? I wanted to open the show with this.
We have
time, baby.
We have Sendai Girls 20th anniversary, and I have the Tokyo Joshi Pro Summer Sun Princess show. And I'm
time, baby.
not talking about Saturday night's main event.
Ugh.
KZ time, hell yeah.
Watch the main event of Kobe World. I thought Kakuta looked great.
Best match of his whole run.
Happened.
This is the best match of his entire title run.
He must have love. I mean, how can you not love KZ unless he's a prick, which I don't think he is. But he must have the respect for KZ. He probably realized his time. Yeah, and then Yamada's a bitch ass.
Yeah.
Challenges him.
Yeah.
I was like, who's going to challenge? And I was like, fucking Yamato.
Yamato goes, what took you 20 years took me 3 years and 8 months. He's like, I told you I was going to come for you after you won it. I was like, you fucking asshole. If you Ben K him, I'm going to be pissed.
1000% he's going to. They just wanted to do a feel good, but I can't wait to hear Kobe World review and all the other good stuff happening in Japan. But this time, I'm going to say goodnight, Alex.
Good night, Alex. He is out. Yes, we got a bunch of stuff. I'm going to try to run through this, not keep you too long. There's a lot to talk about. I mean, there's a lot that has come from I mean, if I pull up my sheet here, since the 18th, so in the last 10 days, I mean, I got 8-9 shows that I've watched. It's just been a surplus of pro wrestling, just a literal surplus of it. I'm trying to find something that'll make a little bit of this easier for me. That's what I wanted to see. So as we move into Kobe World, it was a very, very interesting show. It was kind of the way I'm trying to think of the best way to bring it up. God, who was I talking to about this? Doesn't even matter. Oh, it was my guy Coco Sports on Twitch. I was just because he lives in Japan. He goes to about 2 Dragongate shows a month. Goes and sees a whole bunch of other stuff like that, things like that. So my big takeaway from this Kobe World show was it wasn't perfect, but this was a great way to kind of say, hey, look, we know the last year's been a little rough. We're rebuilding and we're starting over. As we mentioned, KZ defeated Madoka Kikuta, 27-minute match, where it was a fucking sprint the entire time. From the minute that bell rang, they were working. Kikuta hit a backdrop driver, I think it was, to KZ on the ring apron about 7-8 minutes in. And after that, they were working so hard. I don't know how they didn't gas. KZ wins with his diving, like a sliding D version of a European uppercut. Truly fantastic. Just a fantastic match. Oh my God. KZ finally gets it. He gets his Hiroki Goto, his gold watch. He takes it home. Same show. Excuse me. Match before this, Ryoya Tanaka, 4 stars in my opinion, beats Homare, gets his V12, I believe it is. He now has the most successful defenses in Open the Brave Gate history. And on top of that, Ryoya Tanaka has started putting together his own unit, which is something that I've been complaining about. That this company is lacking so bad as these units are stale. Saipatra sucked. Paradox is just, Yamato and Kagetora and all, which is fine, but it's just old guys that does nothing for me. Natural Vibes, leave them alone. They're always great. Gachadokuro is the big heel unit, is getting stale. Like, things are starting to just kind of get dull and in a company where they benefit so much off of the base of units. they really had to start fixing these things. And they started doing it too. Zooxies, I believe is what they were called. Let me see if I get 100%. Zenith is what it is. Excuse me, not Zooxies. Zenith. Yuki Yoshioka, Kota Minoura. But then we also saw, as I said in the Brave Gate after Tanaka won, he invited Homare, who he defeated, to join his new unnamed unit that he has first rostered Kazuma Kimura, who's amazing. He's one of the young guys. So we have Ryoya Tanaka, we have Homare, and we have Kazuma Kimura in this unnamed babyface unit, which I'm guessing at the next Cork and we'll get the name of. And then as I said, Kota Minoura and Yuki Yoshioka, now donning the green, silver, and white, are called Xenesis, Xeniss. So we have 2 new factions. I'm assuming with Kikuta losing the title, something starts to go with Gacha Dokuro. But Ishin and Yoshiki Kato did retain those titles against Minoura and Yuki Yoshioka. I went 3.5 on it. Kato gets a roll up on Minoura after a miss from Ishin. So we'll see where that ends up going. But once again, we have a new unit again. We did have the old guys match. Yamato, Dragon Kid, BB Hulk, and Susumu Kosuka and Kagatora took on Naruki Doi, Ultimo Dragon, Masaki Mochizuki, Don Fuji, Kinki Horiguchi, Yasushi Kanda, and Kenichiro Arai. Yamato with the Galleria on Arai to get the win. Then in one of the most disappointing leaving a company matches, the final Saipatra match in a trios, Shun Skywalker, Gianni Valletta, and El Cielo defeated the team of Flamita, Luis Monte, and Dragonbane, as well as Gacha Dokuro members Kai, Jason Lee, and Alpha Wolf. Shun pins Dragonbane, and that's the end of Shun Skywalker and Dragongate. One of the most anticlimactic leaves. This is as bad as Dean Ambrose leaving WWE. He walked out the door to nothing, and it sucks. We'll see what happens with Skywalker. As I said to somebody earlier today, I believe it's August 29th is when we get Miyahara and Yuma Anzai. I hope he shows up and comes out after and challenges the winner and doesn't go to New Japan. But I digress. Nothing more to really talk about with that one. 4.25 though on this one. The Triangle Gate. There was no champion, so it was a vacant championship match. UT, Gucci, and Strong Machine J from Natural Vibes took on Love and Pieces Hyo, Jackie Kame, and Rita. Hyo chokes out Gucci to get Love and Peace the titles. So even though they took the tag off of Kame and Rita, they do acquire the trios titles. They open the Triangle Gate titles. Fun match tonight. Masakatsu Funaki beats Jiro Shinbashi via choke. He actually beat him twice, but they restarted the match after the first time he beat him. Fun comedy. If you like Jiro, you'll like it. Then we had Mochizuki Jr. tagging with Kazuma Kimura, which, hey, let's get Mochizuki Jr. in that stable with Tanaka. Keep getting these young guys in there. Took on the team of Ryufuda and Aki. Mochizuki Jr. with the German with a bridge to beat Aki on that one. And then the random opener, Ho-Ho Loon, Punch Tominaga, and Tristan Moody, spelled that wrong, defeat the team of Shachioka Boy, Takashi, and Problem Dragon when Ho-Ho Loon pins Shachioka Boy with a roll-up. So that was your Kobe World Show on the 20th. A lot of consequential stuff that I think was good. Once again, I don't know where it's going to lead us to, but one thing I do hope it leads us to is the next Korakuen where we start seeing these units really begin to take shape and fall into the role that they need to be. Kudos to Kobe World on that one. We talked Redemption. Alex had mentioned Noah. Let's knock Noah out real quick. Get this over with, because this was a whatever show. Pro Wrestling Noah's Summer Epic 2026 from the 18th of July. Opening match at Sushi Katoge, Muhammad Yone, High 69, and Hajime Ohara took on the team of Katsumi Inahara, Yuto Koyanagi, Hiroto Tsuruya, and Ao Takahashi. 2.25 on that one. Kotoge pins Tsuruya. Next up, we have Tetsuya Endo and Hayata against Ryusei and Black Mansore. Another 2.25. Endo pins Ryusei with a knee in the corner. 3.5 star on this one. This got better and makes sense with Dragongate in there. Dragon Bane and Alejandro took on Jackie Funky Kame and Rita. As much as I would have loved them to win, they didn't. Bane with a shooting star press on Kame to get the win. We then have Kazuyuki Fujita, Ironhead himself, took on Yoshiki Inamura in a Slay the Beast match. Inamura gets the victory with a powerbomb. Went 3 stars. It was a nice little quick 4 or 5 minute match. They're just fighting, so I'll take it. We then had a ladder match where the winner gets their ticket into the N1, which is their version of the Grade 1 Climax for New Japan. We had Tadasuke, Alpha Wolf, Jun Masaoka, Daiki Odashima, Abakusa, Kid Lycos, and Kid Lycos 2. Alpha Wolf climbs up and gets the victory to go to the N1. Then in a number 1 contenders match for the GHC Heavyweight Championship, Kaito Kiyomiya takes on Tetsuya Naito. And Naito wins via I don't know if it was a botched or intentional missed Destino into a small package. Nonetheless, Kiyomiya didn't kick out, and Naito is your number 1 contender. Good Lord. Eita retains the GHC Junior Heavyweight title with the numero uno defeating Bushi. We then had Manabu Soya and Yuki Ino, the Passion Retells, defeat the team of Team 2000X, Masaki Tamiya and Tagashi Sugera, as they hit the New Day's Midnight Drive to get the win. In the national title match, Naomichi Marufuji successfully defends that title against Keno. I went 3.5, beats him with a Shiranui. And then the main event, I went 3 3/4, which is way higher than I thought I would. But via rotating spine buster I have here, Ozawa is defeated by the continual champion and the man who will move on to face Tetsuya Naito, or a slapjack himself, Shane Haste. Do what you want with that information. That's, I guess, where I'm going to leave you on that one, because no mas. Like, no one gives a fuck about Shane Hayes. He's out there talking, Tetsuya Naito, remember when I beat you in the Grade 1 Climax? Oi. For that reason, I want to see how far back that was, because I had told Alex I thought it was 2014, but I could be wrong. Oi. We're going to find out, though. Tetsuya Naito. 2023, Shane Hayes beats Tetsuya. I was off by 9 years. I didn't realize Shane Hayes was in the D block. Oh my God, I remember when that shit happened. Oh, my Lanta. That's rough. That's rough. Shane Hayes, ladies and gentlemen. You're GHC heavyweight champion. And I'm not trying to shit on Shane Hayes, but come on, man. Let's be a little believable. Before we go to the Joshi, you know what? We'll save the G1 for last. Let's go to Joshi. On the 18th of July, also, Tokyo Joshi Pro ran their Summerslam Princess 2026 show. 9-match card, 2 notebooks on there if you want to take note for your own watching. Opener, Utsu Takami and Ren Konatsu defeated the team of Shion Kanzaki and Momosato. Takami with a backpack choke. 2-star match. Another 2-star special. Shin Hirota Katsushika Sakura, Himawari, and Mifu Ashida took on Reiku, Pom Harajuku, and Chika Nanase. Sakura passes out on top of Pom Harajuku to pin her, as she was too small to kick her out off of her after she knocked her unconscious. Funny finish, but wasn't a very good match. 2.5 coming on the next one here. Haru Kazushiro and Yuki Aino took on Mirai and Toga. Kazushiro pins Toga. Surprise Mirai goes into Tokyo Joshi Pro as, I believe, somebody who's belted up in Marigold. I can't confirm or deny, and I guess I could go to cage match if I gave a shit enough to look. But she's somebody that jumped from Stardom with Julia and Utami, so she's a prominent name for Rossi. Doesn't get pinned, but her team loses. It's a little shocking for me. Then we had Aja Kong defeat Arisa Endo with a middle rope elbow drop. I went 3 stars on it. If you can take Aja Kong for what she is now, it's not so bad. That makes sense. Not so bad. She just, obviously, she's not going to be the Aja Kong she was, you know what I mean? So she's got to be used to it, but it was fine. Then we had Yuki Kamifuku Kumadori and Sakura Hattori took on Sanshiro Takagi, Yumehito Imanari, and Mahiro Kiru. Yuki Kamifuku via middle rope axe kick to Kiru. I believe Kamifuku retired or is retiring on that show. So big one for her on the way out the door. But Yuki Kamifuku, she was the old McDonald's chick for anyone that watched Tokyo Joshi Pro. Excuse me. Then this match had a change to it. I'm trying to remember who was supposed to be in this match. That's what it was. So it's supposed to be Willow Nightingale taking on Mizuki, which I was all for. Willow had travel issues and couldn't get out of the country. So instead, Chris Brooks, of all people, steps in. And Chris Brooks defeats Mizuki. 3.5 star match. Brooks with the Praying Mantis driver to get the W on her. But nice substitution. And Brooks is one of those guys that I think does a good job doing intergender, where some people I'm just like disgusted or appalled because they look weird. Chris Brooks just looks natural out there. But he's tremendous. Everyone likes him. Like he's so talented. So he doesn't seem weird when he's out there, but I digress. Topic for another discussion to get topic for another time. But then Suzumi, 3 3/4, defeats Wakana Uehara. She beats her with a cutter. Semi-main event, tag titles on the line. Princesses of can't remember what the titles are called. I think it's the Princesses of Princesses, maybe. Miyu Watanabe and Rika Tatsumi defending against Shoko Nakajima and Hyper Misao. Watanabe gets the win via a drop kick out of a Dominator to Misao with the full 4 stars. Notebook on that one. Thought it was really fun. And your main event for the Princess of Princess title, Yuki Arai defends against Miyu Yamashita. I believe she was 0-3 or some shit against Yamashita before this, and this was her V1 defense. She gets the job done with an axe kick to the skull. 4 1/4, as I said, Yuki Arai on her way to what I hope is a good second half of 2026. The Princess Cup just started to go with the Stardom Grand Prix and the G1 Climax. So I will have that watched in the next couple days here, but I am a couple days behind on where I'm at, but I wanted to get the Summer Sun Princess show up because it was entertaining. Like I said, Yamashita Arai was 4 1/4. Watanabe and Tatsumi against Nakajima and Hyper Misao was a 4-star match. And Suzumi Wakana Uehara, 3 3/4. Fun match. If you really got time, Mizuki Chris Brooks is worth a watch. So good stuff, Tokyo Joshi Pro with their Summer Sun Princess show. And before we move into the 2 tournaments, I want to talk about from the 20th, the Sendai Girls 20th anniversary show. This was low-key a super fun show. I encourage people to go out of their way to watch this if they got it. It was like 2 hours, 2.5 hours. It's an easy watch. Opener, Miku Kanane and Yura Suzuki defeated the team of Saira and Reina Takano. 2.5 stars for me. Kane via dropkick to Takano. Then my girl Hiroyo Matsumoto took on the same singer from the Tokyo Joshi Pro show, Shin Hirota Katsushika Sakura. 2 3/4 better than her showing in Tokyo Joshi Pro. Hiroyo Matsumoto beats her with a driver. Then we have Super Rookie, who's probably going to sweep most Rookie of the Years this year. Senka Akatsuki took on Manami. Manami beats her with a top rope splash with 3 stars. But Senka Akatsuki, she's the Super Rookie who worked Chris Hero WrestleMania weekend that everyone's all excited about. So keep a lookout for her. 4th match of the night, the halfway point, we had Sapphire Reed, Anita Vaughn, and Aja Kong taking on Stephanie Maz, Eureka Oka, and Mio Momono. Eureka Oka and Mio Momono are Bob Momono Banana, I believe they're called. Bob Momo Banana, yeah. Bob Momo Banana. Our guy Jace, who came with us to the G1's favorite tag team in wrestling, as he said, or in Joshi at least. But Eureka Oka and Mio Momono, Bob Momo Banana. And Oka pins Vaughn with a splash, 3 1/4. Fun little match. And then we had my team, Red Energy, Mika Iwata and Miyuki Takase took on Zones and Chi-Chi. 4 stars for me. Iwata via leg stretch on Zones with a tap out. I went 4 stars, notebook match. This was really freaking good. Then we had Yuna taking on Spike Nishimura. A little Spike Nishimura action. Damn, that didn't play too good. Let me try it one more time. It got rid of Spike. But anyway, that was for that show. Spike Nishimura defeats Yuna 3 1/4 with knees. Fun little match. Then in our semi-main event, Ryu Mizunami and El Desperado taking on Kuroshio Tokyo, Japan. For those that don't remember, that is the Ikemen and Veni. 3 1/2 stars. Despi gets the Pinche Loco on Ikemen to get the victory. And in our main event, Shiori took on Chihiro Hashimoto for the Sendai Girls title. Hashimoto gets the victory with a German with a bridge, 4 1/2 stars. Chihiro Hashimoto is arguably the best women's wrestler in the world this year. Her shit on Sendai Girls, her match with Veni, which we'll get into on the next installment when I review that Sendai Girls show for y'all. Just the past stuff that she's had with Syuri and Sai Kamatani, her stuff with Sari, her stuff with Takumi Aroha. Chihiro Hashimoto has just been a flipping blessing. Joshi's hot, y'all. Sendai Girls, Tokyo Joshi Pro, Stardom, like Marigold, Marvelous has been good. Like Joshi is really hot right now, and I implore y'all, if you haven't, go out of your way, watch some Joshi. It's gonna make your shit better. I promise. Stardom Grand Prix. Now, I do have to say that I am 2 shows behind on this. I have not seen the show from the 25th or the 26th. So going off of the first 3 nights, what I will say to you is it's been a fun tournament. Night 1 out of the 10 tournament matches, I had nothing under 3 stars. Night 2, I had a couple things under 3. I had 3 matches. Night 3, everything was over 3, but nothing over or nothing. I didn't have anything hit 4. So it was a perfectly average night. So we've had 3 really interesting nights of this tournament. I don't have a good grasp on where my thoughts are with it. So what I want to do is I'm going to table the 5-star. I'm going to get these next 2 shows watched in the next 48 hours and get 100% caught up. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to drop a new aftercast of just Grand Prix matches. I think it'll be a lot easier. I will say night 1, even though it had nothing to do with the Grand Prix, 4 3/4 Syuri versus Natsupoi for the IWGP Strong title, I believe. Holy shit, was that fantastic. So go out of your way to check that out. Momo and Unamizumori 4 1/4 on that show too, which was the second match. So a lot of good, but once again, we'll get to the Grand Prix on our next show. I want to just be able to give it a little more effort behind it. But real quick, as we close out, I want to talk G1 Climax 2026. We have our next show that'll be on night 8, which will be 5 hours from now. And then we have a break on Thursday, and then we have nights 9, 10, and 11 this weekend, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, which takes us into the home stretch of the final 8 shows. Through 7 nights, A Block has obviously had one more match than everybody else. Oh no, I lied. Through 7 nights, we're dead even because we had the double block night. Going through it, Drill Maloney and Zack Sabre Jr. and Hanare are all sitting at 6 points in the B block. Aaron Wolf, Oscar, Ren Narita, Callum Newman, and Yuya Uemura sitting at 4. And then Shota Umino obviously sitting at 0 points because he got injured night 1 against Zack Sabre Jr. Concussion, out of the tournament. So everybody's automatically getting points. Zack Sabre Jr., by the way, has 2, not 6. I don't know why I wrote that. So it's Hanare and Drill and Gabe Kidd at 6. Then it's Yuya, Newman, Narita, Oscar, and Wolf at 4. Zack at 2 and Umino at 0. When you go to the A block, you have Konosuke Takeshita at 6. And then the logjam again. Tsuji, Oiwa, Oleg, Sanada, Goto, Okan, Ice, and Jake Lee are all at 4 points. And then Shingo Takagi, 1 and 3, the low man at 2 points. Just kind of running through these real fast here. Night 1, Takeshita Tsuji is my only 4-star or higher recommendation. Night 2, Gabe Kidd, Drilla Maloney, I went 4 1/4. And Hiroki Goto, Yota Tsuji, 4 1/4. Night 3, I went 4 1/4 on Uemura, Zack Sabre. Night 4, now this is crazy. I hit 4 1/4 on Yota Tsuji Sonata. Best Sonata match I've seen in a decade, I think. Best Sonata match since LIJ. And then Bolton Oleg, Shingo Takagi, I went 4 1/2. Tremendous match. Best match to that point up in the tournament. Night 5, I went 4 stars on Uemura Drilla. I went 4 1/2 on Zack and Callum Newman. Another tremendous match. Night 6, I hit 4 1/2 on Oleg Takeshita, 4 1/4 on Yuto Ice Ryohei Oiwa, and 4 1/4 on Yota Tsuji Shingo Takagi. By the way, Yota Tsuji's starting to come up with a pretty good resume of 4-star night 1, 4 1/4 night 2, 4 1/4 night 3, or night 4, and then 4 1/4 night 6. I mean, this dude's hit 4 stars every match. And then night 7, Zack Sabre, Gabe Kidd, 4 1/4, but Drilla Maloney, Callum Newman, 5 stars. This match is in probably my top 5 matches of the year. Rewatch will depend things. I also need to see what happens, in the next 4 or 5 months. But Drilla Callum Newman was tremendous. Go out of your way to give it time. And even if you just watch things for the recommendations, I mean, I gave you all 2 matches every night to watch. We're 7 nights in. It's not a lot of work. This G1 has been fun. They're putting in the effort. I think something like this is what this company needed to give it a spark that it hasn't had. And I look at it as a wide open field. I don't know who's going to win. And I'm excited by that because that's something that we don't get anymore. So enjoy it. If you haven't checked it out, get into it. We got 4.5 hours until tonight's show happens. I don't know if I'll stay up for it or not, but I will be back probably Thursday night with S1 with the Stardom Grand Prix coverage and get everybody caught up correctly on that one. Thank you all for listening to us. A little shorter tonight. I apologize for that. Kudos to Alex coming in, saying what's up, dropping in that first hour with us. I'm glad I got to just kind of throw some results at you, some match thoughts and things like that. And we will be back in a couple days with some more WrestleCast Radio. Have a good one, y'all.